Hello, I'm Maxime Bernier, the leader of the People's Party of Canada. I want your support. If you believe in you, if you believe in yourself, if you believe in a smaller government, come with us. Go to see our website, peoplespartyofcanada.ca. You can donate, you can become a member. Just help us to help you. I count on you. Maxime Bernier, People's Party of Canada. Bonjour, je suis Maxime Bernier, le leader du Parti populaire du Canada. Je veux me battre pour un plus petit gouvernement. Je veux me battre pour vous. Je crois en vous. Venez nous rejoindre. Allez voir sur notre site, le parti-populaire-du-Canada.ca. Vous allez voir notre plateforme. C'est important. Nous devons faire en sorte d'avoir un vrai changement à Ottawa. Je compte sur vous. Maxime Bernier, Parti populaire. Merci.
Howdy, Brian Lovig, rightedition.com, Maxime Bernier, People's Party of Canada. Welcome, Max. Nice to see you as always. We have had a wing-ding of a showdown here in Kelowna, British Columbia. It's Saturday evening, late now. But last night we had an event that started at 6 o'clock and went till midnight.
Can you believe midnight speaking about climate change?
It was great. I tell you what, that guy that came, he's a Greenpeace guy or former Greenpeace, and I kind of went there thinking, ooh, do I want to see another one of those guys hugging trees and stuff? It was fantastic. He said, you know, it's a hoax, all of that stuff. I mean, all that scientific information. And to have you at the end of the evening say, this is our platform, share that.
Yeah. No Paris Accord. Yeah. We won't do anything at the federal level against climate change because that climate change crisis urgency, like Patrick told us yesterday, it is fake. We have fake news. Now we have a kind of a fake climate change crisis. So we don't need to invest there. And if it's so important for some politicians at the provincial level, they can do what they want.
Absolutely. That's cool. You would have had to have been there to get the whole thing. Go to the website, the PPC.
Peoplespartyofcanada.ca.
There you go. And a whole bunch more information will be there. Let me back up a little bit about the time here in Kelowna, which has been great. Hundreds of people have shown up here today at Pioneer Town. Hopefully you can see some pictures of that. Max got up in the back of a gator, John Deere gator, and gave his speech. And it just, wow, everybody was so enthused. You know, it's pretty cool. And I want to back up, though, and get the history of the People's Party of Canada. You started the party, you're the founder, you're the leader, not long ago, several months ago.
Yeah.
And what inspired you to do that? I think I know the answer. The Conservative Party kind of left you. I know you left that, but they kind of left you. And so you decided to go and do this.
Absolutely. I said that the Conservative Party of Canada is intellectually and morally corrupt, and I think I was right. Because, you know, yesterday Andrew Scheer said he won't be able to balance the budget in 2 years. And that was a strong commitment from him. So if you're a conservative, usually you believe in a balanced budget, but they don't anymore. He said he will balance the budget in 2 terms. So it's crazy. But that being said, we need to start a new party, and I did that. We started a new party the 14th of September last year, and after a month, we had 30,000 founding members. Now we are at 40,000. We built riding association all across the country, in every riding, and here in BC, everywhere.
How many ridings are there?
338 ridings. We have 338 riding association, and now we're working with people on the ground for having the right candidates who believe in our freedom ideas, individual freedom, personal responsibility, respect, and fairness. And we will have, Brian, 338 candidates before the end of June.
To make all of that happen, of course, talk is cheap. It takes money to buy whiskey, right? So you need money.
Yeah.
Do you have to be a member to go onto your site to donate money?
No, they can go on the website, peoplespartyofcanada.ca. They can donate.
I mean, you should be a member. I mean, why not be a member? But if you're not, if you choose not to, you want to be anonymous, is it anonymous?
No, we need to do.
Do you post the name?
Election Canada will do that a year later.
A year later.
But the maximum donation is $1,600. They can donate $20, $5. They can go on the website, and that's important for us because we are building this party. And up to now, I'm pretty happy with the money that we raise. Yeah. We have the head office, we have an organization all across the country, but we need more money to fight these traditional political parties.
How many people have actually invested money? Because it is an investment.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
investing in your country,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
You're investing in what's right versus wrong. How many people? Like 1,000 people?
I think we have donors since the beginning, maybe more than that, about 6,000 people.
That's great.
The
Wow.
average donation is very low, but that's okay. It's a real grassroots movement.
Hey, they're engaged.
Oh,
I
absolutely.
mean, engagement is great. I think it's wonderful. Who passed this law? What government with the maximum amount, like $1,600? That to me implies that a politician, not you, of course, but I'm talking to other politicians, it implies to me that if I give you 1,600 up to that amount, you're honest. If I give you 1,650, you're dishonest. Like, it strikes me as odd that there's that maximum. Is that to protect me from myself, or is it to protect them? Why is there a maximum?
There's a maximum because the government and the politicians in Ottawa, they want to be sure that no individual in Canada will take control of a politician. And they are saying, oh, 1,600, they're gonna take control of a politician. But for me, that's not so important, the maximum, because our donation at the People's Party are very low.
Oh, no,
and
I know,
that's
I know,
okay. I
but-
prefer, it's like a
Yeah.
business, I prefer to have a lot of donors.
Oh, sure.
But
I
it's
was-
like a corporation. If you have only one consumers,
Yeah.
you're at risk.
Well, based on what's going on between Alberta and British Columbia right now with oil, it's soon gonna cost $1,600 to fill your car up anyway in British Columbia, so they better raise your money amount, right? So in terms of your party, do you have people now to run, like, it's a lot of people. What an organization, who's doing this for you? Like, you need a big infrastructure, this is a business.
But it is a small business operation. We have only 5 people at the head office who are working with us. But the most important, we have volunteers all across the country that are helping us to build this party.
I interrupt everybody.
Yeah.
But-
Yeah, go
you
ahead, go
know,
ahead. It's your show.
Okay. How many people work in the Conservative office? How many people work in the Liberal organization?
Conservative, there are about 40 people working
Wow.
at the head office. And also they are paying people on the ground in every province, the Conservative Party of Canada. They have, I think, maybe 2% in Quebec, 2 other in Ontario. So for us, we don't pay anybody on the ground. It's all volunteers work. And
What a spread.
And that's why it's not 5 people at the head office and myself. We
That's
will have
efficient.
been able to build a party. It's our people on the ground. They are coming for the freedom ideas and they believe in that and they are helping us to be successful.
The biggest thing about politics and so many other things, of course, is what's in it for me.
Yeah.
And what's in it for me is I get a better country, right?
Yeah,
And
a
that's,
freer and more prosperous country.
yeah. So do you believe in big government or small government?
No government.
No, I like that. Good. He's hired. No government's
A
good.
limited government as the smaller.
Capitalism can work.
Yeah, capitalism can work, and small is beautiful for business.
Yes.
But for government, it's better to have a smaller government.
Good for you, because
Because-
so many of us believe in that, and we have the opposite of that. Like, the majority doesn't matter
Yeah.
in our country. Our country's kind of got some problems, huh?
Oh,
Hey, so tell me about splitting it up. So many people say to me, they're gonna split the right, to which I always say, there's no right. What right? I mean, who are you splitting? I mean, because
I think you're right, Brian.
Well, 65% of all Canadians have never voted Conservative. And these guys continue to do the same thing, the same way every day, right? So I mean, like, it seems pointless to me. And the people that you're getting, you'll get some of those people, I get it, but you'll probably get people from other parties.
Absolutely.
Because you're not branded in terms of Conservative or Liberal. You're branded as common sense, good sense, People's Party of Canada.
Yeah,
That says something.
Yeah, we want to put people first, and not the government first, the people's first.
Mm-hmm.
So you're right saying that because we have. I'll give you an example. In Newfoundland, our riding association in a riding over there, it's all people who work for the NDP. And so when I saw that, I had gonna call them. What's happening? I don't know if they know our platform. So I called the executive association. I said, "What are you doing in my party? You work for the NDP for the last 4 years, and now you want to be with me?" He said, "Maxime, we believe in you. There's 2 policies that are very important for us. You're gonna end corporate welfare. It's not fair for small business. You'll save $5 billion. And that cartel in poultry, dairy, and milk, it's not fair for the poor, for Canadian families. They're paying $400 a year only to keep that cartel. And because of these 2 policies and the common sense, we are going with you." So yes, you're right. We can attract people from different backgrounds and also people who didn't vote at the last election because they don't believe anymore in traditional politician.
People are defeated. People are disgusted.
And they like the way that we're doing politics, Brian, so they are coming with us. And there's 30% of them that didn't vote at the last federal election. So it's a kind of a coalition, and we're all together because we believe in the four principles: individual freedom. When I'm saying individual freedom, individual, it's important. Freedom. Every politician will speak about freedom, but individual freedom and personal responsibility. So you're free, but you're responsible. You can do what you want to do in life, but you're responsible for your actions. And that's our two first principles, and fairness and respect. So all our policies are in line with these principles, and that's a new way to do politics, and that's why we can attract a lot of people, and also former conservative that are looking at us and say, oh, that's the real conservative party, that's a real free market party, and they're coming with us. So who's splitting the vote? I just want to answer your question because, I'm not a traditional politician. Usually I'm answering questions.
And that's good.
Yeah, that's good.
We're tired of politicians. As a normal politician, we don't want them anymore.
Yeah.
We don't. I know you've been one. You've been the minister of many portfolios, or certainly some. But you left because you said this doesn't work. It's about us.
Absolutely. And what I said 10 years ago, the speeches that they delivered, I didn't change. That's why I was able to build that platform, because it's based on values that I believe and speeches that I delivered in the past. So I'm not changing to be the flavor of the month.
No.
If you like it, you like it. So saying that, splitting the vote, who's splitting the vote? Andrew Scheer. Andrew Scheer is splitting the liberal vote.
Yeah.
He is now a centrist party. And, he wants to be in government, and he's going to do everything to please the liberals. So we are the only free markets and conservative party in Canada. So there's no splitting the vote with us.
A couple of weeks ago, I got an email Saturday morning, and it was Andrew Scheer's vision for Canada, and there was a video. With no disrespect, but the first 2 minutes was in French, and of course I don't speak French, and I live in the West, and a lot of us folks don't speak French.
It's okay. It's okay.
Okay, good.
I'm speaking English with an accent, as you know.
Hey, you want to hear my French? Oh wow! No, but my point is, I kind of felt a little like, what are you doing? And then he went on to say, I get it, but he should know where his people live, and then he went on to say, elect me, and it sounded like a liberal talk, like he's going to bring in more immigration, and he had this climate change thing going on, and I thought, who sent this to me? I had to check. I thought maybe it came from the Prime Mistake, right? I mean, it was amazing. So these conservatives, will any of them move over to your party?
I think so. We will have more and more of them, because
if you're a true conservative there, like you were,
absolutely,
you don't fit.
So they have to come to us. And
will they?
I'm pretty sure that we'll have more support of them, because Andrew Scheer yesterday said about the balancing the budget. He won't respect his engagement. So he's like the liberals, more spending, and more spending. And he thinks that spending government money, it is like a stimulus for the economy.
Oh, yeah.
No, it is a sedative for the economy.
Yeah.
When the government is spending money, the government is not stimulating the economy. It is giving the economy a big sedative. So we need to change that. And I want to give you a real stimulus by lowering your taxes, by giving you back your own money in your own pockets. And we have a plan for that. People can go outside and they'll see all that.
Tell me about the marijuana taxes. The Liberal government brought in marijuana. It's been legal now for years. I mean, you hear, of course, that the tax base is going to be huger and huger and so on. Is that the case? And it always disturbs me when you see a government getting more taxes and I don't get anything. Nobody sends me a check and I don't see any new services, and I'm wondering that. Are there new taxes? Because in my world, not knowing the information, I would like to see you get elected. I would like to see you abolish GST and then tell me that that's okay in terms of our spending, the government, because we've replaced that with the marijuana tax. And again, I don't know the math to see if it fits or not. So I guess my question, if I have one, and I'll have one, is would you reduce the tax on one when a new tax comes in to balance it? Let's just say, as an example, that the marijuana is 3% of the GST. Will you reduce the GST to 2%?
Considering the GST, the most important, and globally, you'll pay lower taxes. Income tax, that will important. What we want to do with the GST, we want to give that to provinces. We're the only party who want to do that. Why? For health care. The government of Canada is taxing Canadians $40 billion a year, using that money, and after that, giving that as subsidies to provinces. Healthcare, it is not our jurisdiction. It is a provincial jurisdiction, and we have a huge challenge in healthcare, the delivery of services, the waiting times in Canada. They are the worst in the OECD countries, so we must do something. So instead of taxing people and transferring that, I will give to provinces the GST. So they'll do what they want. If they need more money, they will tax their people. If they want to lower the tax, they will lower the GST. For me, I will lower your income tax. And I think that's a very worse tax. So instead, in Canada, as you know, we have 5 tax brackets right now. We're going to have only 2 with us. So 15% for income more than 15K and 25% for income more than 100K. And for the pool, we'll increase the personal exemption at 15,000. So answering your question, the most important is globally, you will pay less taxes at the federal level. Why? And would be able to balance the budget in 2 years. Why? Because we have the courage to do the big reform and the bold reforms that need to be done in this country, like abolishing the regulator in the CRTC in telecom, privatization of Canada Post, and also CBC.
The Communist Broadcasting Corporation.
The Communist Broadcast Corporation.
I know about that.
We must cut their funding, and we'll do that.
Yeah, $2 billion a year.
It's no, it's 1.3. But
But then they get all the other little bonuses. There are a list of bonuses.
but the federal,
Even if you say it slowly, it's still a whole bunch of money.
No. 1.3 billion is one.
And multiply
how
by
many
30
did
years.
you receive a grant from the government for?
Oh heavens! I wouldn't take a grant. I've been
Good for
offered
you.
many grants, and I wouldn't. I said,
Good.
Get away from me.
Yeah.
I mean, years ago, for instance, I'll bore you with this, but they used to have what was called family allowance checks, and you got a check if you had a child. Right? I think there's still some kind of form of that today. And I had 5 kids, and so the family allowance check would come in. It was a $30 check, and they said it cost $65 to issue the check. And I said, stud fees are for horses. Get out of my bloody bedroom. And so I never cashed the checks. And my wife came to me one day, big garbage bags full of checks, and she says, we're poor now. We're having a poor day. Can we cash the checks? And I said, no.
Good.
So that's been my private protest, because I'm not that bright. I think I'm the only one. So no, I've never taken a government check, nor will I. The government's job is to look after the economy and to make it easy. You're a referee.
Yeah.
Clear the field so I can play the game.
Yeah.
And make sure that I don't hurt anyone when I'm playing. We're on the same playing field.
Being fair for everybody.
And the Liberals can't do it. The Conservatives try hard to be like the Liberals, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, they just
They're liberal
spell it
light.
differently.
Yeah.
Liberal light. I mean, what's up with that? Like, how many Conservative people are elected now in Canada? Federal?
Real conservative?
Yeah.
I'm the only one.
That's spooky. That's spooky. Everybody's got to understand what conservatism is, because so many people don't. Here's the issue. I know so many people that carry a conservative card, and they get government grants all the time. If they're in the publishing business, they all get checks. Car businesses, they all get checks. The corporate welfare has taken us over.
But that's part of
So
our
that's a problem.
platform.
No, but that's a problem
no
for
more
you.
money.
I
for-
get it,
yeah.
but that's a problem.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the guys who say that they're conservative, if you're elected, you take their ticket, their meal ticket. So the only thing to understand for them is that's okay, because the rest of it comes down. That's the message, isn't it?
Yes, but I must admit, Brian, that I don't know if I must admit that I'm a conservative.
Yeah.
I'm a strong fiscal conservative, and I believe in people and not in big fat government. And you said that you didn't take any money from the
Yeah,
government.
but a lot of people do.
I must admit that I'm taking money from the government.
Mhm.
I have a salary that is coming from you, Brian.
Mhm.
And so,
But you know what, Max?
yeah,
That's good, because you're working for it.
thank you very much. I appreciate
I
that.
think you are.
Okay.
I mean,
So-
you're trying to help me. You're
so-
trying to help my country.
Yeah.
I want my country
Okay,
back.
So I can feel a real conservative?
No kidding.
Okay.
That's different.
Okay.
Don't mix up the peaches and apples here.
Okay.
That's okay. You need a raise.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't have a
Yes, I
problem
will
with that.
have a raise.
Yeah.
I will have a raise, because when I'll be prime minister,
Yeah.
automatically I will have a raise.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I don't have
and
a
I
problem
will
with
work
that.
harder to
Yeah.
be sure to do what I said that I'm going to do.
Hey.
We have priorities, and we must do that. So
Yeah.
I'm not there to please everybody, as
Just
you know.
don't be like the chairman of Air Canada. I remember reading every government institution effectively. I mean, now they say they're not so much blah, blah, blah. They are. I mean, every time they lose another $1 billion, he gets $1 million raise.
Yeah.
You know, I
And
mean,
you know
it'd be kind of nice if I hope you make tons of money. increase your wage. Yeah, but because it's for enterprise
Yeah.
and it works.
Yeah.
I mean, this is about me anyway. It's not about you. It's about me. I want a better country. We all want a better country.
Same thing for me. And
Yeah.
I want you to be successful. I want all Canadians to be successful. And I'm not doing kind of a pandering politics. You know, I want only the Canadians from Chinese background being successful, or
Sure.
the Canadians from French background to be successful. For me, you're Canadians, and
Yeah.
I want to help all Canadians.
But you bring up another problem here,
Yeah.
and that is that I don't drink. I haven't drank for 40 years. Alcohol. Used to drink with both hands.
I didn't drink for a year when I was
Yeah.
training to run. You know, I'm a
Yeah.
little bit crazy.
Yeah.
I did 106 kilometers in 12 hours to raise money for a food bank. And I had a good coach. And my coach told me, Maxime, you're 50, I was 50 at that time, you're 50 years old, you have to improve yourself every day, you must not drink. And I didn't have any beer, any wine for a year. And you know what, that was great.
Oh yeah, we'll try 40 years. But I still have the symptoms, so I'm okay. But I go to bars all of the time. And the biggest thing is people are colorblind. Canadians are colorblind, they don't care what color you are. But they're not culture blind. This business of my government treating me badly because of my color, it's infuriating. Like, I'm not an Indian, I'm not, and they all get special care. I mean, I know from a political perspective it's hard, but most people agree with me. For heaven's sake, take a blank check, sit down with the Indians and solve this and say, here, I guess we're sorry. I mean, our prime mistake, he goes out always telling people how sorry we are for 150 years ago, the other day with Poundmaker. I mean, I didn't do anything back then. Did you do something bad? I mean, so we all want to be treated the same. And it's difficult when you have all these little groups, like you're saying, the French groups, the Chinese group. Why would that matter if you're Chinese or French or Indian? It shouldn't matter, but it does matter now.
But what unites us, these people are all Canadians.
Yeah,
And
and they should
my
be treated
job
the
is to
same.
work for Canadians.
Yeah. Now, if you were homosexual and black, and then and a liberal, you'd win. Right?
You'll have a job in the Canadian Forces.
I could get a job in the Canadian
If you're
Forces.
white, a man, or you won't be able to have a job with the Canadian
I know.
Forces anymore.
That's terrible.
Yeah, that's terrible.
And you're going to fix that.
Yeah, I will.
You're the only one.
Only the competent one will be able to have a job. Only the competent one will be able to be the minister in my cabinet. You know, I won't have any quota. I want 55% women, 45% men, or things like that. No. I will look at their resume, and we'll have the best one.
I might
That's
vote for
it.
him.
And I want the Canadian Forces to do the same thing also.
Oh yeah. That is so important. It doesn't matter all those other things if you can't treat us the same. If you can't treat Canadians are Canadians, and it's infuriating. So the Conservatives, are they scared of you?
I think they are, yes.
They should be.
I think they are. You know, in the beginning, they were saying Bernier is a one-man show. It won't be the news after 2 months, you know. He won't be able to achieve that. He won't be able to have candidates all across the country. But now they're looking at that and say, oh my God, it's working.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it is working. And it's not because of me. It's because of the freedom ideas.
Yeah.
You know, you can stop an army at your border, but you cannot stop an army of ideas. Ideas are powerful.
Yeah.
And we have the right ideas at the right time, and that's why we will be successful.
That's great. No, it's very encouraging. It's nice to talk to somebody that's not filtered, right? I mean, you got it all. These other guys, I mean, it's like, you want to know what? Just a minute, I'll go check and see what it's unsettling. I mean, you know.
Because Brian, I don't do any polling.
No.
I don't do any survey and focus group. So
Polls are for strippers, by the way. And dogs, right? Is that it?
yeah, so I let other politicians to do that.
Yeah.
I'm speaking about real conservative values
Yeah.
and with conviction. And I like what Margaret Thatcher said just after politics. She said, you know, politician wants to do consensus. We need to have a consensus on that. We need to have a social acceptability now. It's a new consensus, social acceptability. And she said, I don't like the word consensus. I like the word conviction. When you're in politics, you must speak about your conviction, what you believe in, your vision, your values, and what your action must be in line with your conviction. And I really liked Margaret Thatcher. She was great,
she was great.
She fights for the real values. And so
She said socialism doesn't work because eventually you run out of other people's money.
that's it.
And socialism is a stupid thing. I mean, communism is socialism in a hurry. But anyway, describe to me, in your words, the major parties, what they're about. Give me their culture or their points in a short expression. Tell me about the Liberals. What do they stand for?
Big government spending,
What does the Conservative Party stand for?
liberal light, pleasing everybody, and no conviction.
What does the NDP Party stand for?
Socialism.
What does which of course means that, we're gonna take your choice away. That's socialism.
Yeah.
Take your choice away. The Green Party.
Green Party, saving, I don't know,
I think social.
fish, saving some kind of fish in the ocean, it's more important than saving the population. So, and it's another kind of socialism. And I will say also, no truth, no science behind their proposal. So, and Patrick Moore told us that yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
So, no science backing their proposal for changing our society. So that's the Green Party.
We'll categorize them under S for stupid, that's okay. And, okay, the one in Quebec,
The Bloc Québécois.
yeah, is that still a force?
Yeah, they still have 6 members of parliament. They have a new leader, and I don't know what they will do in the next election. Because are not there anymore.
Describe them. Socialists?
Independentists, though they want with Quebec to create a country, but they're almost alone, Quebecers, they're not there. They did that. We had two referendum on that, and I think they're tired of it. And so, but I don't think they will be successful in Quebec. So the independents and government knows better than Quebecers.
Right, okay. Okay, so that's a good description. That kind of puts them all in the same place. so we understand
All
it.
in the same left.
Well, you missed one, the People's Party of Canada.
Oh, man, that's the exception.
Okay, tell me about it. What is it?
Common sense politics, smarter government, speaking the truth, telling to people the big challenges that we have and how we can achieve that and how we can have a freer and a more prosperous country.
Yeah. What's the best thing that can happen to our country in October? I think I know that answer, is you get elected, right?
Yeah, for sure.
What's the worst thing? I think a minority government that would be by the Liberals propped up by the Green Party or something. That makes me sweat.
But and the worst scenario is to have all these leaders of political parties to have a kind of a coalition together, and us, the People's Party, not taking into account our policies and our philosophy. But I think it won't happen. What it will happen, the worst case scenario for us, is to have the balance of power. And imagine, just here in BC, you have the Green, one Green, three Green.
3 people run the province.
3 people run the province.
It's incredible.
But I can tell you that
That's why I had
we
to sweat.
will have more than 3 People's Party of Government, member of parliament, and we'll be able to make a difference. And so maybe I can be in government like Macron in France. Macron is a socialist. I'm not a socialist, Brian, as you know, but he quit the Socialist Party 11 months before the election. 11 months later, president of France, and I know he has big trouble right now in France. But a lot of things can happen. I don't know what can happen. But I can tell you the worst scenario. For us, it's being the official opposition. But I think the best scenario would be us to be maybe in a minority government or something like that. I don't know, but everything can happen.
Yeah, if you had funding, lots of money,
Yeah.
and lots of support, could you win?
For sure. But I can win with, it can be easier to do some advertising
Of course.
if we have money and things like that.
Takes money.
But we are a grassroots movement. And like I said in the beginning, we have the best ideas. We will win with the ideas. And money is just something that will help us to be more visible.
Of course. In my humble opinion, if you vote Green, if you vote NDP, or if you vote Liberal, you hate your country. Hey, pardon me for being harsh, but you know what? Conservatism to me, and I've been watching you, and I'm in the opinion business, right? And I love my country, I'm a patriot, that's all I got. And if you love your country, you have to pay attention. Go to his website, donate some money, become a member. If you choose not to because you feel conflicted because of some other party, that's okay. Just pay. He needs the money to work with, and let's win this. Conservatism is pretty important, right? It's all about freedom. The red tape in this country, by the way, we haven't even talked about that. That's a whole discussion, but it's incredible. You're going to attack that red tape. You're going to make it easier.
Yeah.
I mean, right now I feel like I'm if I phone a government person to ask for something, I should at least have an answer or a timeline. Like, you have to answer me in 30 days or 90 days because you work for me. Instead, they put me in the forget list. I mean, it's not very nice. So back to this. That's what I believe. And I've met the other people. Well, some of them. I mean, the Prime Mistake and Scheer won't even answer my calls. I mean, good bloody grief.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised.
Oh,
by
they
it.
don't. I mean, they treat you like your garbage.
But it won't
It's just-
answer
it's annoying.
also your competition, like as relevant TV show. You won't
Yeah.
go there because, oh my God, I don't know.
We're censored now. I mean, half of the stuff that we do is pulled down in Canada. They say you can't say this and can't say that. I just try to talk the truth. I try to give people an opinion so they can mix it all up and say, I'm going to take that much of what he says, right? And with regards to you, I've gone around. I know what a conservative is. It's a real simple formula. You know what? It's a small government, small taxes, big opportunity, lots of freedom. And what else can you possibly want? And if you screw up, somebody has to come and nab you. Click, click. And that's you. The government has to do that to protect everybody. And he's the only one in town that can do that. I mean, I've been to the movie. I've seen everybody, and they don't qualify. Send money. Get to his website.
And vote when the time will come.
And vote. I think it's important. I mean, that's all we got for now. Max, thanks so much. I mean, it has been a blast having you out here, and teach me a couple of French words, and I'll watch. You can see how badly I do. Okay, we'll do that later when we're out.
That will be in French, the next one.
Okay.
You'll be good.
Oh, be in French.
Yeah.
Oh, we can do that. Just stand by.
Merci beaucoup.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks everybody for watching. See ya.